Hi, I'm Rashonda. I'm the creator of artbyro.com, where you can find over 200 art and drawing tutorials. In today's video, I'm going to share with you a Facebook Live I did talking about artist affirmations, because one of my goals is to encourage people to love their artwork no matter what. Whether you've been doing it a long time, just starting out, it doesn't matter. We should all learn how to love our art, and what better way than with artist affirmations? So I'm glad you're joining me today. I hope you get some benefits out of it, and I hope you learn how to love your artwork if you don't already. If you enjoy the video, please like it and subscribe if you want to be alerted when there's more videos. I am going to take you over to the live now, and I will see you soon. Happy Saturday. It's bright and early here in Michigan. It is about 6:30 in the morning. This is a little early for some people, but I wanted to get on here and get this out of the way. I have a very busy day today, and this was something that's been on my mind for a little bit. And I wanted to get everybody up to speed and address maybe some misconceptions or misunderstandings about what affirmations are. So every Thursday, I think it's Thursdays, every Thursday a post goes up with an artist affirmation on it. And I've seen a few comments in the past where the comments will say, nope, not me, oh, I wish, or something negative. So for one thing, affirmations are always meant to be very positive and uplifting. So basically all an affirmation is it's just like some personal self-talk for positivity, uplifting, motivational ideas, comments, thoughts. So if you see something on there and they'll say things like, my creativity is endless, I always know what to draw. I can't think of any other ones just right off the top of my head, but things to that effect, things that are encouraging. A lot of what brings us down, either in our personal life or with our artwork, is the negativity and the negative self-talk, the limiting beliefs, and those sorts of things, right? So the cool thing with affirmations is that you can use them without them being true. You don't want the feeling when you say something, you don't want the feeling of you're a liar, that's not true. Like, it shouldn't bring up a negative feeling. So one way to get around that, if you're somebody who bullies yourself, if you're very hard on yourself, if affirmations seem really foreign to you and it's just not something that necessarily feels comfortable, or just is really out of your comfort zone, or is something you've never done before, one way to ease yourself into it, or if there's a specific affirmation that you would like for it to feel true, and that's a good way to choose an affirmation to work on, is something if you look at it and say, oh my gosh, I wish that was me, I wish I felt that way. That would be a good one to work on. And what you can do is say, so if the affirmation is, I always know what to create, or I always know what to draw, I always know what to paint. If that doesn't feel true to you, then what you could do to work towards it is to say, I am working on being a person who. So I'm working on being a person who always knows what to draw. I am working on being a person who has endless amount of thoughts and ideas and creativity. That way it feels true, because if you're, or maybe I love my art. If you don't love your art, which we all should, and if we don't, that's definitely something you should be working on. So if you say, I love my art, and in your mind you're thinking, no, I hate my art, it never turns out the way I want to be. I want to look like this person, and I'm not even close, and I don't have any natural talent, and I shouldn't be doing this. If that's the thought that comes up, but if you say, I'm working on being a person who loves their art, that feels a lot more real. than just, oh, I love my art. Because if you keep telling yourself a lie and your brain knows it's an absolute lie, then it's going to resist it. And you don't want anything negative to come up when you're doing the affirmations. I'm not saying everybody should be doing affirmations, but maybe you kind of should be. It's good to motivate yourself and encourage yourself, and positive self-talk is a really great way to work towards having better feelings about yourself and your artwork. And most of us, I don't really know off the top of my head how many people in the group are actually professional artists or trying to be professional artists, which what defines you as being a hobby artist and a professional artist is if you make money from your artwork, you are now a professional. So if you do some paintings and you can sell them for $10 in your local craft store, then you're now making money with your art. You're a professional. But for those of you who are hobby artists, which is really what this group's geared more towards, if you're a hobby artist, then in my mind, the number one thing is that you should love your artwork. Because if you're a hobby artist, you're doing it because you get enjoyment out of it. You find it relaxing. Maybe it's a way of therapy for you. So that's what I look at as somebody who's a hobby artist is, like, for me, to some extent, I really don't care what anybody else thinks about my artwork because I'm doing my artwork for me. I'm doing it for the enjoyment that I get out of it. I post some of the stuff on the web to try to encourage other people, but I'm not looking for validation. In the past, for sure I was. 20 years ago, I remember doing things. I was really into photorealistic drawings, and I would spend hours and hours and hours on a drawing, and then back then forums were real big. I would post it in a forum, and I either wouldn't get a ton of responses, or the ones that I got were more just like critiquing, and what I was looking for, I think, was more validation than tell me what to do better. And I think our expectations when we're doing that is always going to be higher than what the response actually is. Especially if we're working on our art and just learning. So seeking outside validation is typically not a good thing. But if you're doing it for yourself, I mean, if you think about it, why do you need validation? You don't need validation. It's one thing to share, hey, look, this is what I did, to motivate, inspire, just to share with other people. But looking for validation typically doesn't turn out very well. So if you can encourage yourself and motivate yourself, and using affirmations is a really good way. If you can do that and learn to just love your art and share it for the sake of sharing, just to show other people what you're doing and what you're working on, it's a really great way to build up your confidence. And the more confidence you have, the more willing you're going to be to experiment, push your creativity, try something new, get out of your comfort zone. But if you're always worried about what other people are going to think, then you're going to be more reserved, and you're not going to want to push the limits, and you're not going to want to try new things. And if you're doing that, then you're really missing out on some opportunities. So I really like the affirmations because they're uplifting. It gives us something to work towards. So if you see one and you wish that that was you, but it's not, then pick one of that as your affirmations. And all affirmations just mean it's something that you repeat over and over again until it feels real. So if you want to be somebody who loves their art, you can start by saying, I'm working on being somebody who loves their art. And then you keep saying that. Maybe you say it 5 times a day, 10 times a day, 20 times a day, once a day. whatever feels right for you, and you just keep repeating it over and over again. And eventually it'll start feeling more and more real to you. And then also do the things, like you can't say I'm working on being somebody who loves their art, but not applying it to your art. So maybe you're looking at some old stuff, maybe you're doing some new stuff, but it's just positive self-talk that you repeat over and over and over again until it starts to feel real to you. And try, if you've never done it, try it out and see if it makes a difference in your life. See if it makes you feel uplifted and more motivated and more positive, because the more positive you feel during your day, whether it's with your artwork or anything else, it's going to motivate you, and it's going to make your day just a better day. If you have a negative day, it's going to feel like a bad day. If you have a positive, uplifting day, it's going to feel like you accomplished something and like it was just a really good day. So that's all I really wanted to talk about. If you're somebody who uses affirmations, post about it in the comments, even if it's on a replay. You could do a hashtag replay if you want, just to let me know that you watched it later. Sorry it's so early in the morning, but this is typically when I know I have free time, and if I put it off until later, which is what I've been doing, I meant to do this several weeks ago and it just never happened. So I have time now. I'm going to do it, get it out of the way, get it up there. It's something's been on my mind for a while. I love doing affirmations. I have a post on the blog about them. I'll probably throw this video up on YouTube. So yeah, so if you have experience with affirmations, you love them, you hate them, you don't understand them, you need more clarity, whatever it is, throw it in the comments. And I will talk to you guys soon. I hope you have a great weekend and happy creating. See you guys.